But first, as Americans celebrate Independence Day across the country, the leader of the free world appears to be facing a democratic revolution of his own. Just moments from now, President Biden is set to begin July 4th festivities at the White House. He and the First Lady will host a barbecue for military service members and their families. And later, he'll deliver remarks before watching fireworks over the National Mall. This is an important moment for President Biden to look presidential. As some say, he is no longer fit to serve as commander-in-chief. This is the new cover of The Economist, blasted out today in an editorial explaining it. Editors referred to Biden as a, quote, befuddled old man struggling to recall words and facts. It comes after at least 3 sitting House Democrats have publicly called for Biden to step aside after last week's disastrous debate. And according to reports, the president is aware of how critical these next few days are for his political survival. He is set to give a primetime interview tomorrow night with ABC News, and in a radio interview that aired today, we got a taste of what he'll tell Americans about all these concerns.
I had a bad night. And the fact of the matter is that, I screwed up. I made a mistake. I didn't have a good debate. That's 90 minutes on stage. Look at what I've done in 3.5 years.
Let's go right to NewsNation's Kellie Meyer now live for us in Washington. Kellie, Biden has a jam-packed schedule over the next few days, and there is no room for error here.
Yeah, Marnie, the White House is really putting the president front and center, making sure he's out there in the public. The mission here is trying to reassure the American people, members of his own party, and especially voters that he can do this job for another 4 years. So he's set to hit the campaign trail tomorrow in Wisconsin, though Wisconsin's Democratic senator isn't going to be by his side. Her team telling us that she had pre-scheduled events as she is in her own race as well in the state. But he's going to be sitting down, as you mentioned, for that interview with ABC. That will happen in Wisconsin and then air later that night in prime time, as many Democratic lawmakers are watching to see how the president handles these days after the debate. It's been 1 week since that debate performance, and they're going to be tuning in, many seeing if he has a plan for how he is going to go forward in this race. We're also watching today from the White House. The president has been inside the Oval Office. We saw that he was speaking with Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, working on closing the ceasefire and hostage deal. And he's here for the 4th of July. You can hear the music behind us, getting ready right now to meet with those military families and service members for the 4th of July, though he and his opponent, former President Donald Trump, had very different messages, Marnie. The current president, talking about service members and thanking them for their service, and former President Trump talking about his opponent, saying that he is a highly incapable president, Marnie.
Kellie, how much access do reporters have to President Biden right now? Have there been opportunities in the last 24 hours, and will there be heading into the weekend?
Yeah, that's a great question, and something that we have been watching this week as the White House has been trying to flip the strategy. Normally they don't put him as much in the public, or they kind of surround him as he goes to Marine One here at the White House. But recently he's been doing these press conferences or remarks, really, because he hasn't taken questions from the press. Even at the Medal of Honor event in the East Room yesterday, rushing out, didn't take any questions from the press. There is another opportunity. Obviously, he'll be here at this event here at the White House tonight for the 4th of July. I will be back there. Members of the press are gathering now to also be there. Whether or not he takes questions or stops, it depends, because a lot of the times the press are kind of kept back at a distance, as many of his aides are around him. But we are hoping for that opportunity next week when he's at NATO. They're saying he's going to give a solo press conference, so we'll be waiting for that moment, Marnie.
All right, Kellie Meyer at the White House. Kellie, thank you. And as President Biden heads to Wisconsin tomorrow.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.